Another day, another wild ale, a saison brought to me by Pack Mule Brewing and Brian Balland. This one from Lad and Lass Brewing, which I don't believe I have had a beer from before. This is Snow and Fire Saison. Oh. Please, please don't, please, don't. Is that beer alive or is it just happy to see me? It's alive. That's the joke. It's a very pale beer. Interesting. Huh. Brewed in collaboration with Pacific Women Brewers Cup winner Tarn Allen, who I don't know who she belongs to or what brand. This is a dry saison that brings together an expressive Belgian yeast. Okay, you expect that from a saison. And lean malt. So lean malt, does that mean light malt? Or what's a lean malt? Interesting. To create a fruit-forward, lightly spicy, abundantly quenching saison. Interesting. Huh. Touch of delicate honey thanks to a carefully sourced addition of fireweed honey. I've heard very good things about fireweed honey, though I don't know that I could identify it out of flavor. No, I definitely could not identify it by flavor. I have probably had a sample of it somewhere, but I'm not remembering enough. Brewed in collaboration with home brewer extraordinaire, Tarn Allen. Very interesting. Huh. So, this is an exciting beer that scratches all the nerd bits in me, right? Saison, yes. Slight variation on what a saison typically is with a lean malt, though this color is well within saison norms, though it's definitely to the light side of it. And yeah, fireweed honey. Well, certainly, so light color, that's Pilsner color. The head is very light, but it hangs around. And as y'all saw, it was quite excited here. And yeah, let's see what it smells like. Of course, as I'm preparing to record this, I start kicking up dust, and then my allergies go all to heck. But this smells very saison-like, but definitely to the Pilsner light side of it. That's interesting. So it's probably expected to be more of a summer drinker. Here I am late October. I'm sorry I did not get to you in the time in which you might have been expected to have been drunk, but whatever. I know it's been cared for properly because Brian Balland cares for his beers properly and then delivers them to you promptly because that's awesome. It does say keep cold, drink fresh. It was canned the end of July, so August, September, October. So we're looking at 3 months. But at the same time, it's a saison. So that's typically a lightly hopped style that generally handles some aging pretty okay. But it was dry to begin with, which means that the residual sugars were already fermented out of it. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. I don't see a saison and think, oh, 3 months is the hard limit. I see a saison and I think as long as it's refrigerated and sometimes even past that, it should be good for years. I've aged saisons for 3 or 4. I've aged them for 5 years. They were best at 2.5 to 3 in my experience. But different beers, etc. So yeah, we'll see. We shall try not to judge it too harshly. But it definitely has that funky barnyard that you expect with a really good saison. Those rich, earthy notes. Well, not really rich, but earthy notes. But at the same time, there's something thinner about it. The maltiness, really. It's a very, very light malt. I'm thinking there's going to be a decent amount of tannins in here as well. There's just something about that aroma. Like it's classic saison aroma, but I feel like there's going to be that kind of bitter, not bitter, but that bite of tannins going on there. A little bit of clove. Overall, it smells really good, considering it also smells light at the same time. It's going to be light in body, but not necessarily light in flavor, is what I'm expecting. So let's see. Oh, huh. Okay. I think the fireweed honey is really pulling a lot of weight here. So, no, not really any tannins. Definitely a substantial amount of that funkiness that you expect with the saison. Earthy, funky, round. There's some substance to it, but it still feels pretty light, all told, which is that's really quite something. I'm not sure that I would call this dry. That honey is really there, and it's still pretty sweet. What's the ABV on this? 6.5. Yeah. The characteristic funkiness of a saison can sometimes, I think, taste like booziness without the heat that alcohol brings. But then with the honey, I mean, there's a substantial honey aspect to this. Like, it is very present, and it's still quite sweet, actually. Not like honey sweet, but definitely it's sweet. It's sweet. Or the honey and its sweetness are present. There are other aspects of the honey, kind of the floral parts to it, that are also clearly playing a part, and they are part of the honey flavor. So I'm guessing that's the fireweed, the distinctive floral note of the plant that this honey was derived from, right? And then, I don't know, it feels like I really like this beer, right? This is an interesting and tasty beer. I'm going to get overly critical for a moment because reasons, right? It's me. It's my channel. I get to do it. The funkiness that you expect of a good saison is here. There's very little tartness. So you have this round funkiness, and then you have this round and floral honey. And honey is a really strong flavor. And those are the two flavors that are going on. And they're distinct, and you can taste them both, and they're both very pleasant. But when it says words like quenching, when it says there's a touch of delicate honey, I'm expecting the honey to maybe not be 2/3 of the beer, or let's say 3/5, right? Maybe not a full 2/3, but like it's 3/5 of the beer. 3/5 of this beer are a very, very delicious honey. And the other 2/5 are a very nice light saison. That's good. They're both very good things. I wonder if maybe a hint of a lemon peel or something acidic, maybe even something drier like tannins, playing a counterpoint might have given this beer some additional dimension. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, like I said, overly critical. This is a good beer. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. That funk, that Belgian funk is all there. The honey is really nice. It feels like it was added late in the brewing process, so the yeast didn't get a whole bunch of time to work on it. So it's really present, and it's really pleasant in its presence, and I'm enjoying that. It's unique. It's not nearly so weird as Pixie Rocker. Not nowhere near. No, this falls squarely within something that a normal beer fan would pick up and say, yeah, that's a normal beer. Pixie Rocker was out in left field in all the best ways. And this is more of a center fielder. Anyways, it's a decent beer. I'm going to call it 3 stars. It's a good beer, and I'm enjoying that. All that overly criticizing aside. Yeah, that's it. Anyways, this is me, Matthew. I've been drinking and definitely enjoying and chewing Snow and Fire Saison by Lad and Lass Brewing. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side.